with Billy Travis in the Blue Knight in action as Travis takes the Knight, slams his head into the turnbuckle, pounds him over against the rope. Beautiful drop kick. And Billy Travis, the Lexington, Kentucky young man, picks him up in the air, slams him down, uses the second rope as he pops off with the elbow, and there's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Here we get off with action.
Billy Travis gets the victory. Under 3 minutes of time on the match. Billy looking very good as he takes the victory over the Blue Knight here.
Okay, we'll try it again. Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell and Dave Brown. We're right along ringside, and it just blew the lid real quick as we got underway with Billy Travis and Blue Knight as we came on the air. We've got a great card lined up today, I think, David.
We do indeed. A little bit later on, we got the Gilberts, Tommy and Doug coming in here, and a bit later than that, we've got Mark Starr, Scott Steiner, and Jeff Jarrett, part of a 6-man tag team match.
Good sounding doggone team, to say the very least. We've also got the trivia contest, which we'll be bringing up to date on the last winner and the new questions and all of that. Time out right now. Back in a moment. Right here with us, and by golly, I'll tell you what, this young man just jumped right into the middle of a beehive. I mean, it was like sticking your hand right into one of those honeycombs and saying, "Bite me, son of a gun." I'll tell you what I'm talking about with Robert Fuller. Let's show the folks, Jeff, so that we can give them an idea exactly what happened after the Jerry Lawler-Robert Fuller match. Here is what got Jeff involved.
Love to see the videotape of that. I hope they're taping it.
Oh, believe me, Lawler is not thinking about that now. Look, here comes Jeff Jarrett. Slams Fuller right in the head with a trash can. Jeff Jarrett bit it over his head. Lawler tied up in the rope. Here comes Kenny D out to help Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett stopped Fuller cold, ripped that trash can over his head. Look at that trash can, Danny.
That thing's pushed in about 5 inches there, and it was all pushed into Fuller's forehead.
Here's the loser. Look at Robert Fuller. He grabs the trash can. He's still staggering around the ring. He was nailed by Jeff Jarrett, and Fuller slams the can down. He is incensed at what took place. But he was a victim of his own shenanigans. He got Missy Hyatt to interfere, and then when Kenny D came out to take care of Missy Hyatt, Fuller's attention was distracted. He slams the trash can down. He is burning up. Robert Fuller, the Tennessee stud, defeated by the King.
You got to work for me. I don't need to say it. You got to work. That cook is my meat, baby. He ain't safe in this town.
There's no question about it. You did hit him with a can.
Yeah, Lance, I think I got him a little upset, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, Lance, I was, sitting there back there thinking, the first time I ever saw Robert Fuller in my life, he was out here, brought a rope out here and tried to tie Jerry Lawler
up.
He did,
right here.
Took him over there and tried to hang him. Then the next thing I see, he's out there going crazy, and I just wasn't going to stand back there because Kingfisher's a good friend of mine, and he was up in the ring 2 weeks before the biggest match of his career, and Robert Fuller, I don't know what he's trying to do. All I saw was he was trying to stomp his guts out, so I picked up the nearest thing I saw. If I'd had a 2x4 and an axe or anything, but I found a can, and I sure did try to use it.
Boy, you busted on him. It's pretty obvious that Fuller is not in here to wrestle. He's in here for something else other than that.
That's right.
Let's take a listen, Jeff, if you will, to what Robert Fuller had to say.
Dave got the camera. Bring it on over here. Get right up here, baby, because I got something that needs to be said. I was up this morning before dawn in Nassau, man, hunt for an airplane to get on a ride up here, baby, for $25,000. And what I'll need, instead of $25,000, I spend my own good money, man, for flights that should be paid by Jerry Lawler. If you know what I'm talking about. Right there, that's where my problems are, baby. You, Jeff Jarrett, you 10-cent piece of good for nothing crust you. I'm going to tell you something, boy. Just as sure as your name's Jarrett and mine's Fuller. As sure as Jerry Lawler's a snake from underneath the rock, I'm going to make you a promise, son. Jerry Lawler's going to get just what he deserves in the end. I'm going to put him down, and I'll be down right. But before I go for him, before I take him down, son, and you take it right now, Jerry, and
you not only have a man, but you have a big one on your hands, Jeff.
Lance, I believe that guy's crazy. I think he smoked too much of his pipe.
Oh, boy.
But I do got a match coming up, and as old Jackie Fargo used to say, people, if you're coming to see a wrestling match, don't come, because I believe, Lance, it's going to be a fight, and we'll just see what happens.
Okay, Jeff Jarrett, good luck to you. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Coming up Wednesday night, Evansville, Indiana, at the Coliseum Son of a Gun. It is going to be a Renegade Rampage night, and that always adds a little extra zing to it. All the winners, whether it's a single match or a tag team match, will be getting points toward the big $250,000 payoff on the Renegade Rampage. What a night it's going to be. We're going to have the Southern Tag Team title by Ron and Don Bruce, Ron and Don Harris, the Bruce brothers, defending against the Cuban Assassins with Brother Ernest. And we'll be looking at Jeff Jarrett going against Robert Fuller. I think you know by now that Jeff Jarrett intervened in a match with Robert Fuller and busted a trash can right over his head. And friend, Fuller didn't take too kindly to that. It is going to be some kind of a scrap, that single match. A World Tag Team title defense with Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, defending against the young team of Scott Steiner and Tom Brandy. What a dandy that'll be. Bass and Travis, Starr and Young, plenty of... For this day is going to be a six-man tag match. And boy, the more I look at that doggone lineup, Mark Starr returns. Thought we had a match coming in the ring, Tommy. I didn't mean to inconvenience you.
I've got something I'd like to say. You know, Lance, this made-for-a-day thing has really humiliated not just me, but this lady right here has really humiliated her. But whenever it really comes down to it, it has humiliated the Gilbert family. And she is a Gilbert. And I'm proud of it. This gentleman here is proud of it. And I want everybody else to be proud of it. And I want to say one thing, that this kind of stuff is going to have to stop. I don't know exactly what's going to have to take place to do it. But I'd like to say one thing about the Von Erichs, you know, and this goes back to them. This is a family. Because the Gilbert family really is supreme in wrestling today. I don't care. You want to go to other countries, we are. Now I want to get back to the Von Erichs. I respect Fritz Von Erich for one thing, that he has always seen that his family has never been humiliated. Never. There may have been some people out there that tried to, but somewhere or another they left from there. Then you come to the Jarretts. I'll have to say one thing. The Jarretts have always seen that their family has never been humiliated. Eddie Marlin, Jeff Jarrett, they may get in the ring and they may get the devil beat out of them, but they're not humiliated. Then you go to the Fullers. The same way. They've always seen that they've never been humiliated. You go to the Funks, to the Briscoes. Any family, Lance, has never been humiliated. Never. And they have tried to do this. And I want to tell Kenny D one thing. You want to stick your nose into something that you don't know what you're getting into, brother, because things is going to turn. And they have begun to turn as of today. Because, Lance, we have stepped out here and got a gentleman. I would like to say that we just bring him in, but the thing of it is, I'm not going to say that we're bringing him in or nominating him or something like that. What we're doing, we're more or less adopting Gary Young from now on, because from now on, he's going to be watching Missy's back. There's no Kenny D's or anybody else is going to be trying to slap this young lady. No more. I don't care who it is. This man here is going to be there.
Well, maybe she brought some of it on herself. Maybe.
Oh, I did not. Let me tell you something, Kenny D and Jerry Lawler. There's no fury like a woman scorned. And I tell you what, there might be, who knows what can happen, but I will get y'all back. Not right? Isn't he cute?
yeah, cute is not exactly the word I might. Gary, you now have a new affiliation, Gary, and you're not associated with your old past anymore.
Well, let me tell you something, Lance. First of all, I got to tell you, this is probably one of the most beautiful days of my life. You know, one of the things happen, it's very, very, very seldom, you know. I get an opportunity to represent the Gilberts like I do. You know, it'll be my pleasure. You know, they asked me to come out here and watch Missy's behind. I mean, to watch her back and everything. And believe me. If anybody gets within 3 feet of Missy Hyatt, don't matter if they're coming or going, Missy, I've got your back covered, and don't you worry about it, because 3 feet, that's the word, and you got me to deal with. 3 feet. Don't worry about it.
You really know what you're getting into, Ivan.
Sure I do, Lance.
Yeah.
Sure I do. I've been associated with the Gilberts for a long time, and it's my pleasure to be sure and watch her back.
This little lady is trouble. Just let me tell you that. Okay, let's go to the ring. We're ready for the action, Dave.
We've got a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match coming up here. Introducing from Arkansas at a total weight of 459 pounds, Alan Reynolds and his partner Doug Dancing. Going against him from Lexington, Tennessee, 484 pounds, the Gilberts, Tommy and Doug. In the corner, Missy Hyatt and gorgeous Gary Young. Tommy Gilbert gets things started against Alan Reynolds here. One fall, 10-minute time limit match. A forearm by Tommy Gilbert. Referee was right there, says it's okay. That wasn't. That was a doubled-up fist. He got him. Tommy Gilbert with Reynolds back on his feet. Comes after him with the upper arm. Up in the air, Mr. Reynolds body slam. Boy, Tommy Gilbert seizing this match from the beginning. Taking control. Boot to the midsection. Alan Reynolds in trouble early in the match. Less than a minute gone in the action.
Alan's a good-looking young wrestler, too. He just really has a difficulty getting off the blocks, Dave. We've noticed in the matches that he's had. And this case is no different. Tommy Gilbert started him down. Doug Gilbert takes over, and the hitman nailed him with that upper arm and really pounded him down with a body slam. Bang! And Doug Gilbert drops down hard right on him as Missy Hyatt looks on, and gorgeous Gary Young is not taking his eyes off of Missy. He is doing his Missy Hyatt watching in all earnest. Doug Gilbert, a snapmare over the shoulder. There's a tag on Doug Dancing. Dancing. Short, but boy, he is stocky. Good athlete. Uh-oh.
Doug got him with a cheap shot as he was on his way into the ring. Suplexes him. Doug Gilbert makes the tag on Tommy. Doug Dancing slammed down to the mat. Tommy Gilbert off the ropes. Got a cover. 2. It's exactly 2 minutes, the time of the match. 2 minutes even. The Gilberts get the win.
Gilberts get it in very impressive fashion as the hitman and his dad, Tommy. Yeah, I hear about devastation. And so there they go off into the sunset, a happy little family with their new member, gorgeous Gary Young. We'll take time out. We're going to be back in just a moment. Quick 60 seconds of action right here to tell you that on Thursday, May the 12th, coming to New Harmony, Indiana, at the New Harmony High School Championship Wrestling. You can save $1 by getting your tickets in advance. Thursday, the 19th, in Lagouti, Indiana, at St. John's Gym, sponsored by the JCs. And Thursday, May the 26th, Madison, Indiana, at Madison Consolidated School. All of those towns, you can save $1 by getting your ticket in advance. Once again, let me run over all of the action coming into Evansville. First, Renegade Rampage night. The points will be up for grabs, and there's guys that are really needing them to get into the finals. Mark Starr goes against gorgeous Gary Young. Don Bass against Billy Travis. World Tag Team title match, Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka against Scott Steiner and Tom Brandy. Jeff Jarrett goes against Robert Fuller. It'll be Ron and Don Harris, the Bruise Brothers, defending in a Southern Tag Team title match against the Cuban Assassins. Those are the matches that are coming up. Wednesday's the day, and son of a gun, you better be out there. Bring a friend. You'll both enjoy it. Team with Mark Starr returning. Excellent Florida wrestler. We're delighted to see him back in the territory. Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner will all be on one side of the ring. That'll be interesting to see. They'll be going against the Cuban Assassins and Terry Adonis. That'll be the 6-man tag match. Right now, we're going to call out here Brother Ernest Angel. And here's some more of the good news from Brother Ernest Angel. No, that is not Brother Ernest Angel. I I know Brickhouse Brown anywhere, and this is Brickhouse Brown. Brother Ernest is supposed to be out here today.
Let me tell you something. Lance, my heart is heavy today, Lance. Let me tell you something right now, you disgusting redneck. Get that mind out the gutter. I had a very emotional, disturbing phone call this morning. And I could just tell through the phone, through shaking words, Brother Ernest is in a bad way. The man is gravely ill. No, he's not suffering from AIDS. Get your mind out the gutter. But listen, Lance, this is just like a typical, we have a sick person here. I'm coming out here asking these people who really care. If you want to send your letters in to Baptist Memorial Hospital in Nashville, Brother Ernest would greatly appreciate all your letters of concern. And the money that you want to send in, please still send your money in care of this station. And I guarantee you, Lance, it would be greatly appreciated because the man is gravely ill. Can a body be ill without having to be rumored of suffering some kind of life-threatening disease?
Well,
The man is not suffering from AIDS. He's gravely ill.
Okay, he's
and
gravely ill.
I'm visibly shaken. This is supposed to be a joyous occasion for me today.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something right now. Through those shaking words, I could just feel the misery that the man was suffering from. And my heart reaches out to him. And I'm asking all of you people to just put your prejudice aside and show some concern. Because let me tell you something right now. Brother Ernest told me he had a seeing. He saw the light. One thing about I want to say, I see all the slobber and dribble over the floor here. It looks like it came from Gary Young. Gary Young, don't you know Brother Ernest taught us better than that? He showed me the light. Now you running around here lusting at the heart of the flesh with Missy Hyatt. Sure you're going to watch her her back. Let me tell you something, Gary Young, you low-life, under-the-house sleeping, disgusting individual. The good book says if you think lust, you might as well have committed lust. And Gary Young, you're a disgusting individual. Now he's going now and try to watch Missy Hyatt's back. Let me tell you something right now, Gary Young. Brother, you will see the light and you will pay. And I'm going to tell you something else. There is some light on this situation. Brother Ernest told me he had a scene by two individuals here, formerly the Cuban assassins. They are no longer to be referred as the Cuban assassins. You understand? From here on out, it's the Cuban choir boards. They are now part of the flock. What do you mean?
They're now part of the flock?
They are now associated with the coalition. It's the Cuban choir board. From here on out, no longer the Cuban assassins.
Okay, we'll try to make note of that, Dave. Cuban choir boys.
Please do. And please send your cards and your letters to Brother Ernest because I know he would greatly appreciate it. This was supposed to be such a joyous occasion today, and I feel real bad for Brother Ernest. I know you have some sorrow in your heart too, Brother Russell.
Yes, I certainly am disturbed by the distress.
And you don't believe those silly rumors about him suffering from AIDS, right?
No, I won't even discuss it.
You know that a body can be gravely ill without suffering from a life-threatening disease, right?
That's right. Okay.
So why don't the disgusting redneck that said that, get your mind out the gutter. Brother Ernest is not suffering from AIDS. The man is deeply sick.
We've got more action. I'm sorry to have to cut it off, but we do, and we will see you in just a moment. But we're just about on May the 9th, and that's going to be the big day when Curt Hennig comes in to defend his title against Lawler. And Jerry has said already that he either wins it or he's going to be retiring and hang it up. So the heavyweight champion, Curt Hennig, had some comments to make. We have them for you right now.
I realize that if you do not win this match and do not win the title from me, that you will retire from professional wrestling. Well, Jerry Lawler, I want to tell you this. You're looking at a man who stands tall as the only heavyweight champion in the world, not a company champion, Not like Ric Flair, who only wrestles for the NWA. Not like the Macho Man Randy Savage, who only wrestles for the WWF. But a man who stands as the heavyweight champion of the world by himself. A man who wrestles in Seattle, Washington for Don Owens, in Japan for Giant Baba. And Jerry Lawler, I have dates in Great Britain, and I have them all over the world. And I plan on going there as the heavyweight champion of the world. And I know, Jerry Lawler, this means more to you than anything else in the world, because this could end your career. It could be the end of Jerry the King Lawler. Well, my friend, the time has come for you to step aside and let the new boss stand at the top of the hill all by himself. And no doubt in anybody's mind that I am the only heavyweight champion of the world. Jerry Lawler, you bring all your fan club down and make sure everybody's there, because the Mid-South Coliseum on May the 9th will be a going-away party for you.
Well, of course, that's one man's opinion. I wouldn't expect him to have any other ideas about it. But one of the significant things that wasn't mentioned by Curt Hennig at that particular time is the fact of the referee. Now, Stanley Blackburn has decided the fans are going to make the selection, and he asked Curt Hennig to nominate somebody, a totally unbiased person. His father, he nominated to referee the match. And the King came back, of course, with the fabulous one, Jackie Fargo.
Yeah, that's true, Lance. And the voting is still going on. The phone lines are open each weekend. They're open all day today. They'll be open all day tomorrow. And you know, I told everybody last week that Curt Hennig, and apparently either his fans or either he's got a telephone brigade going, but the voting is very, very close. And a lot of people have expressed surprise to me. They thought that Jackie Fargo would just kind of walk away with the voting. But it's kind of on the contrary, as a matter of fact, because Larry the Axe Hennig is... it's hard for me to say that Larry the Axe Hennig is leading, because all I can say is that there have been more phone calls for Curt Hennig's side of the voting than there have for Jackie, even though there have been a lot, and I want to thank everybody that has called. But we still have this weekend, and I think next weekend to vote also. Yeah. So, you know, as I said before, it goes without saying that with Larry the Axe Hennig in there as a referee, I got two chances, Slim and none, and Slim's already gone to Texas on that one. So what I'm hoping is that we can get a lot of calls for Jackie Fargo. I talked to Jackie. You know, one other thing that I want to get clear here is the fact that even, you know, when they asked me about a referee who I would prefer, Jackie Fargo was the first one to come to mind. But by the same token, I want everybody to understand, and I talked to Jackie on the phone the other day, that should Jackie win the voting, which I pray will happen, and he is the referee, what I want from Jackie is just a fair shake. Because I certainly, you know, if I wouldn't want a situation where Jackie comes in here and is trying to help me win the title. You know, but obviously that's what's going to happen if you get Larry the Axe Hennig in there. But, you know, I wouldn't want to have the World Heavyweight Championship around my waist and have people around the country going, well, yeah, Jackie Fargo won that belt for me because he was the referee. I've told that to Jackie. He understands that. And should he be the referee, one thing that I can be assured of is that there won't be any funny business, there won't be any outside interference, and that the match will be called right down the line. And that's all I'm hoping for. And then if I can win it and be the World Heavyweight Champion, then it'll be the greatest day of my life. If I don't win it, then I'll know at least that Curt Hennig was the better man, and I had my one big, perfect shot at it, and I can be satisfied with that, you know. So it's real hard. You know, I've had a lot of matches where, for one reason or other, I was this close to winning but didn't do it. But with Jackie Fargo as a referee, if I can't win the title then like I said, I can live with that and I can be satisfied. But hopefully we can get Jackie in as a referee, because if not, I can forget it.
Jerry, if Larry Hennig happens to win it and is the referee for the match, it'll call for a change of strategy, like bringing a gun or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly right. Could we show those telephone numbers?
Yeah, let me be sure that everybody has. And we'll show both phone numbers. We're not going to be that way about it. The voting goes on the weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday, through May the 8th. So whatever part of the country that you're in, it will go through May the 8th will be the final day for voting on it. And to vote for Jackie Fargo, the number is 1-900-400-9601. And if you want to vote for Larry Hennig for the referee in the match, it'll be 1-900-400-9602. The telephone company will charge $1 for each one of the calls. And please, children, ask your parents before you go in there and jump on the telephone and start making a lot of calls. if you're calling for Jackie Fargo, Jerry would love it, but he still doesn't want to encourage you to do that.
Exactly right, Lance. Monday night, May the 9th, is going to be a very, very big night, one way or the other. There are going to be a lot of celebrities involved. There are going to be a lot of people in here. They're bringing in a lot of other wrestling talent. It should be a big, big night. I'm looking forward to it. Naturally, with mixed emotions, because I realize that the voting is still up in the air. So if Jackie Fargo comes out as a referee with your people's help, it should be a great, great night. One of the things that I'm going to do, Lance, we're going to make this a special night also for the fans, as a matter of fact. They're going to be a special souvenir program that night. They're also putting together a big color poster that they're going to give away to all of the fans that attend. And I'm going to take on this special night, Lance, because we want it special for the fans. I'm going to have my crown there that night. I'm going to bring my crown out, and somebody who's got the lucky number of the program, we're going to give away my crown before the match.
That's dynamite.
To some fan there that night. So it's going to be a real, real big night. I'm just hoping that at the end of the night I can replace that crown with the World Heavyweight Championship belt.
All right. We'll be looking forward to that. Good luck to you, Jerry. Thanks. Yeah, the numbers again are 1-900-400-9601 for Fargo, 9602 for Larry Hennig. Okay, we're going to take time out. We've still got a 6-man tag match coming up. We'll be back in a moment. Coming up Wednesday night, Evansville, Indiana, at the Coliseum, Son of a Gun. It is going to be a Renegade Rampage night, and that always adds a little extra zing to it. All the winners, whether it's a single match or a tag team match, will be getting points toward the big $250,000 payoff on the Renegade Rampage. What a night it's going to be. We're going to have the Southern Tag Team title by Ron and Don Harris, the Bruise brothers, defending against the Cuban Assassins with Brother Ernest. And we'll be looking at Jeff Jarrett going against Robert Fuller. I think you know by now that Jeff Jarrett intervened in a match with Robert Fuller and busted a trash can right over his head. And friend, Fuller didn't take too kindly to that. It is going to be some kind of a scrap, that single match. A World Tag Team title defense with Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, defending against the young team of Scott Steiner and Tom Brandy. What a dandy that'll be. Bass and Travis, Starr and Young, plenty of action Wednesday night in Evansville. We've been talking about it. Boy, here comes a good-looking team in over there on that side of the ring. I'll tell you for a fact. And Davey will be making the official introductions. Here's their opposition, and how about it, Dave?
All right, expiration of time match. 6-man tag team action. Introducing on one side of the ring at a total of 682 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Keith Eric and his partners, the Cuban Choir Boys.
Attaboy.
From Havana, Cuba. Going against them at a total weight of 681 pounds. Out of Detroit, Michigan, Scott Steiner. And back in the area from Tampa, Florida, Mark Starr. And from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Jeff Jarrett. This match to the expiration of time, 6-man tag team action. Jeff Jarrett starts against Cuban Assassin number 2.
Okay, doke. And I would make the comment, Mark Starr, we're delighted to see him back in the area. His hair is less blonde and a different hairstyle, too, Dave, than the last time we saw Mark. But you can't change that athletic physique that he has. And I'll tell you one thing, this guy has such potential. He's got good height, and he is just a good all-around athlete. Mark Starr, good to have him back in CWA territory again. Cuban Assassin number 2 in the ring with Jeff Jarrett. He's the heaviest of the two. They're both very stocky and hard to manipulate around that ring. Keith Eric, just a notorious all-around bad guy type. I will say this for Keith. That guy has faced them all, Dave, and there is no doubt about it. He has faced all the top guys around.
He has indeed. He hasn't backed up from many of them. He hasn't beaten many of them, but he hasn't backed up from them either. By the way, Brickhouse Brown is at ringside with the Keith Eric and Cuban Choir Boy team. Here's Mark Starr. Looking at him for the first time in a while back in the territory. Going against that big Cuban Assassin. To the corner, the tag on Scott Steiner. Scott, oh, you talk about a physique.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's been working out a bit, too, huh?
This guy has pumped more iron than you'll find in most towns. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Big, strong kid from Detroit, Michigan. Here comes the Cuban Choir Boy, number 1. Somehow it doesn't seem to go with their wrestling style.
No, they're not choir boy style for sure.
They are assassins. That's it. That's for a fact. But right now, it's Scott Steiner who dropped the elbow, put him down, and takes the arm, goes under with it. Now Jeff Jarrett teaming up with Steiner, whips him across on a double, and a double elbow. And Jeff covers, but here's Keith Eric to break it up. As he didn't even get close to a one count, Eric was right on top of the situation.
Jeff had to break the cover before it was actually made because he saw Keith Eric coming in fast and he wasn't far away from him. So Jeff wisely broke away to keep Eric from nailing him from behind. 2.5 minutes gone. We are in the first fall of action of an expiration of time match here. Anytime you got six-man action, we look for big action.
Yeah, boy, and particularly with these two teams. They are well balanced, the two teams. You know, a lot of the folks may favor Jarrett, Mark Starr, and Scott Steiner. But on the other side of the ring, you've got a lot of experience, a lot of international experience with the Cuban team. And as we've already made the comment, Keith Eric is going against the biggest in the bunch. And it is ooh, what a shot. Look at that Star. He took two, comes firing back with the right hand, takes a pound. And I mean, he jarred Star. Woo! Look at that one, Dave. Woo! Yeah. Looked like a choir boy, didn't it? Keith Eric takes over, and now Mark Starr trying to turn the tables on him with big drop kick from the Tampa, Florida young man, and he goes over and tags Jeff Jarrett. Double whip, Keith Eric in, double backdrop. Keith Eric covered, but only for a brief half count. Jeff Jarrett, with an arm drag, takes him over and then pops the bar to him. Keith Eric on the deck.
You know, I think we just saw why we're so optimistic about the career of Mark Starr. You saw a young man in serious trouble against the Assassin and then against Keith Eric, and he was still able to take control of the match again and have the upper hand. Now, of course,
and
Jeff Jarrett in there.
And the mind to go make a tag immediately, too, David.
Absolutely.
Good hip toss. Jeff Jarrett using that athletic ability to the utmost. He's in great condition, was gifted with great natural athletic talent, and boy, he uses those two things to his advantage to the end. On the mat, Keith Eric. Scott Steiner hollering something at the referee. They must be arguing about pulling hair. It's,
I guess so.
Difficult between the Cuban Assassins and Brickhouse to see exactly what's going on in the ring, and I do see that. Jeff whipped in, and what a shot. Man, oh man, rattled his bones.
Cuban Assassin number one in now. Face lock, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff caught right in the middle of the ring. He's a long way from the tag. He's trying to make his way over closer to the corner. He's getting there step by step, a little bit more, and he'll be able to tag one of them. He's still about... Jeff moves the Assassin back, reaches for the corner, but Jeff off his feet, too. The Assassin makes the tag on Cuban Assassin number two. Brickhouse Brown said go in and finish him off.
Number two with a front face lock on Jeff, and he is stout enough. Look at those arms on that guy. He is stout enough to manhandle him. There is no question about that. Jeff, though, using leverage and moves him around. He gets to a neutral corner, pounds with a right hand, and Jarrett battling his way out of the trouble from the stocky Cuban. Jeff misses with the elbow. Cuban got out of there, and Jeff's got good speed, so you know how quick the Cuban was to get out of there. Tag on his partner. In comes the Assassin number one. He goes with a front face lock on Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett trying to kneel his way over to get to the corner where he can tag Starr or Steiner.
Tag made on Keith Eric. Eric with a big forearm across the back. Jeff picks him up. Body slams Eric. Oh, Oh, going to drop down. Another mistake by Jeff.
Keith was out of the way, and Jeff hit the mat, so Eric takes over, whips Jeff across the ring, really put him down as he clotheslined him hard and dropped him right down to the deck, but Jeff kicks out of it quickly. Shoots a right hand to the midsection and another. He needs to go to the corner. Don't try to do it all yourself. And Keith Eric right back on top of him again. Whip across the ring. And Eric makes the mistake this time as Jeff is out of the way. He's too close to the corner where the Cubans are. He needs to move over there and make that tag as he shoots a right hand. And there it is, Mark Starr.
Needed to get the fresh man in the ring badly, and he did. Mark Starr in there against Eric. Starr had good success against Eric earlier in the match. He's got to cover. He's got to count a 1.5. Here comes Scott Steiner back in. Steiner grabs Eric coming off the rope. Power slams him right in the center of the ring. Counts at 2. Only a 2 count. Hearing footsteps is what happened there, and wisely, too. Steiner saw one of the assassins coming after him. Actually, both of them had started into the ring, and right at the 2 count, he relaxed enough that Eric was able to get the shoulder up. Here's another cover. Counts at 2. This time he got it.
He got it!
8 minutes, 10 seconds of great 6-man tag team action here. The team of Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner, and Mark Starr gets the victory in the fall.
Yes, sir. And what a good victory it was. As we said, it was an evenly balanced match going in. And it proved that way. An 8-minute victory in the first fall of action going to the team of Mark Starr, Jeff Jarrett, and Scott Steiner. Okay, we want to share with you, before we take a break, Renegade Trivia Time. And it's something a lot of people are always interested in. You ask them a question, and people tell you, oh, I know that.
Yeah, I know that, sure.
Yeah. Well, we have a winner from a previous trivia question. The question was, what was the team that Bill Dundee and Jerry the King Lawler won the AWA World Tag titles from? And the answer came back. So we had a lot of answers, and one of them is drawn of only the correct answers. Doug Summers and Soldat Ustinov. That was a correct answer on that one. And the winner is Angel Walker from Sisney, Illinois. Is that what you would say?
I guess that's correct. Yeah.
Sisney, Illinois. Yes. C-I-S-N-E. That's it. Sisney, Illinois. And the winner again is Angel Walker. Congratulations, Angel. You'll be receiving your prizes. Complete set of mugs from the Renegade people, T-shirts, all kind of things like that. But more important than that, it qualifies you to be one of the 18 weekly winners that will participate in the Grand Championship. And the winner of that is going to be brought to the scene of the finals for the Renegade Rampage, the richest of the wrestling tournaments that we have ever had, a $250,000 tournament. You'll be brought to the finals in class. You'll be flown there and accommodations, and there will be $500. If nothing else, I think people understand that for a fact.
The cash, that's right.
The cash money right. That will be spending money for your visit to the finals for the Renegade Rampage. Okay, congratulations once again, Angel Walker of Sisney, Illinois. And now, the what? How about me asking the trivia question, okay? The trivia question for this week, and we'll give you the address a little bit later, is this. Both Robert Fuller's father and brother are professional wrestlers. What are their names? Very easy question if you know the answer.
That's true.
And if you know the answer, just simply put it down and send it to Renegades Rampage Trivia Contest. You must have that on your entry. Renegades Rampage Trivia Contest. WMC TV5, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. Renegades Rampage Trivia Contest, and you see the rest up there. Get your entry in just as quick as you can, and we hope maybe you're correct. And maybe you will be one of the lucky weekly winners that will participate in the grand prize. It's going to be a dandy, too. Okie doke, let's just bring them back in.
Yeah.
Keep on wrestling.
Sounds good to me.
We got time, and I'm for it. Jeff Jarrett, Mark Starr, Scott Steiner won the first fall in a little better than 8 minutes, and now it'll be up to the Cubans and Keith Eric to see if they can get this thing even and have any chance of winning it at all. They are 1 fall down. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, let's get the losing man in. It was Keith Eric, and Eric starts out against Mark Starr.
The way the first fall ends is the way the second one has to begin. One of the assassins was trying to start the fall there, claiming that he had been the man pinned. Mark Starr, he and his teammates, Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner, 1 fall up here against the Cuban Assassins. Brickhouse Brown says they're the choir boys, but I think we know different. Keith Eric, who's in there right now, and Brickhouse Brown, who's at ringside. He almost got him, didn't he?
Yeah. Sure did. Brickhouse back out here with the Cuban Assassins and Keith Eric. Eric is in there against Mark Starr. They were the winner and the loser of the first fall. And Eric backs him into the corner, but Starr breaking on the referee's command. Eric does not. Into the corner and a tag on Jeff Jarrett as Mark Starr wrestles around with Keith Eric. And Eric reverses the arm. Jarrett blocks him, pulls him back toward the corner. He reverses it, gets under very quickly, and drops the elbow right there on the arm of Keith Eric.
Eric is wanting the tag. He just can't get there. Jeff's not going to let him over to the corner. Has him on the mat right in the center of the ring. Count of 2. Only a 2 count. Jeff does not have enough of his own body weight to hold that right shoulder down, so he's going to have to work on him some more before he goes for that 3 count. Tag made. Here's Scott Steiner back in.
Detroit native Scott Steiner pushes Eric in, whips him across. Whoa! What a drop kick! Man, he caught him right under the chin. This could chin. I was going to say this could be it right there. He really caught him in a great drop kick.
I think he might have had him, but the assassin was right there. He was just too close to the ropes, and the assassin was able to reach in and grab a handful of hair and stop it. Eric still on the mat.
Okay, our time is running out, and we're going to have to be getting out of this one. Over in the corner, tag on Cuban Assassin number 1, charges in on Mark Starr. Starr is whipped across the ring. Ooh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, I got to tell you. Wow. Mark Starr caught again as he rammed him right in the midsection. He is really doubling him over. And Starr faces the other Cuban assassin. And he doesn't sure look like any choir boy right there. Starr whipped across into it. And the Cuban caught him. Man, this guy, he goes at you with a fury, Dave. Hopped him over in a short suplex. Yeah. Mark Starr takes a broad arm from the Cuban assassin, tags his partner. They switch it out. And there's a tag on Jeff Jarrett. Mark able to stretch out. There's where that height paid off as Jarrett comes in.
Up with a shot for all of them as he came through the ropes there.
Yep, a little revolving door action, and he slams Keith Eric's head right into the top turnbuckle again. Whoop! Pow! And down goes Keith Eric. Scott Steiner scoops him up, puts him on the shoulder, and runs him hard down into the mat. 1, 2, 3, that's it. So the second fall also goes to the team of Jarrett, Steiner, and Starr. And that wraps it up because there's not enough time possibly to have, even if there is one more fall, they can't get 2 falls. We'll take time out, Dave, and we'll be back after we check the clock. the third fall, and it's academic anyhow, other than just having the action, because 2 straight kind of takes care of it. What other action did we have?
Well, we opened up with good action today as we joined a match with Billy Travis going against the Blue Knight. Billy taking control of that thing and defeating the Blue Knight rather handily. The official time of the match came in at under 3 minutes. Tommy and Doug Gilbert came in here. The Gilberts going against Alan Reynolds and Doug Dancing, a couple of young guys out of Arkansas. And the Gilberts with an impressive win once again. 2 minutes even the time on that match. Then it was that expiration of time match, the 6-man tag team match that we had been looking forward to. As Lance said during the match, very well-matched teams as the Cuban Assassins, Choir Boys, depending on who you want to listen to, and Keith Eric going against the team of Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner, and Mark Starr. It was 2 straight falls for the team of Starr, Steiner, and Jarrett as Mark Starr got the pin in a little over 8 minutes in the first fall. Second fall of action, Scott Steiner is the one who got the pin in a little over 4 minutes. But we had there about 12.5 minutes of some really fine championship wrestling action.
It was good. It was good, no question about it. Some other things that happened today. Well, let's see. We had Brother Ernest is sick.
Yes.
We had Gorgeous Gary Young, who has now joined the Gilberts to watch Missy Hyatt's back and make certain that nobody
He's been adopted by the Gilberts.
Yes, he has been adopted by the Gilberts. In addition to that, we have Jeff Jarrett, who got involved in a situation with Robert Fuller, and needless to say, he has not made a lifelong friend of Robert Fuller.
No. Involved garbage can and all of that sort of thing, where you pounded Robert Fuller with it, and Fuller was steam.
Boy, and he is big. I mean, you know, Fuller's about 6'6" and weighs about 250, you know, something like that. So he's a big son of a gun, and Jeff will have to be looking out for that. Okay, we've enjoyed it. By golly, we hope maybe if you know the answer, or even if you want to take a chance on it, you don't have to be absolutely certain. You'll get your entry into the trivia contest. You have through May the 8th, on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday only, to be voting for the referee for the big May the 9th match with Jerry Lawler and Kurt Hennig. So we hope you will get that vote in if you're so inclined. Right now, we got to get out of here. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.